My name is Karlis and I'm guitarist.
Hi, my name is Andrejs and I'm the lead singer.
Hello, my name is Karlis and I'm a bass player.
Hello there, I'm Martins and I'm the drummer.
And together we are
Southern Lights.
Hey.
Okay, guys, yesterday you wrote a tweet on Twitter that to recommend some Spanish food for you. Have you tasted any typical Spanish food?
Yes, actually we did. We visited some place in the old town, and I don't remember the name of the place. But we ate a beautiful pork chop. It was really nice. Yes, and you tried. It was
Homemade meatballs.
homemade meatballs.
With tomato sauce.
Yeah, and it was tomato sauce. It looked delicious.
Yeah, it was.
And it was amazing.
And apart from food, Spain is known for its siesta. You know what is siesta? It's after lunch. Have you tried it?
That's our plan actually. We will do it. We will definitely do it, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Eurovision because you've been in Barcelona, Warsaw, Tel Aviv, and now in Madrid. What do you expect from this Madrid Pre-Party?
Wow, we already were in Spain before in Barcelona, and the public is so passionate, and we really love it here. So it's nice to come back to Madrid. First time actually in Madrid for us, and yes, we expect good emotions. And in Barcelona it was the first pre-party, and we were like getting to know things. But right now we are just feeling right at home, and we know all the artists, and they are friends to us. So it's going to be a great party, I guess.
Guys, you participated in Supernova in 2018, where you were the runner-up, and now 5 years later you won Supernova. Do you feel more prepared now?
Yes, of course. We feel more prepared, and I think this time we were much more sure about what we want to do. That time we were really young guys, and we just wanted to get some new listeners, and get to the national television, and it was like a dream to us to even be on the TV, and it was amazing back then. But this time we have grown a lot as a band,
And we've gathered a great team around us.
yeah, of course. That time it was only us and one manager. This time it was much bigger team, and of course we were much more experienced, and I think we got out the best, from Supernova this year.
Guys, I would like to know if you remember the moment when you received the news that you were going to be a participant of Supernova. What were you doing?
Wow, a participant of the Supernova, you mean? I don't know, I was at home, I think. Nothing too interesting. Martins, maybe you have more interesting story.
Yeah, I remember I was in a bathtub that moment when
Wow, and you...
when we received the call. So yeah, I think for me that's the most interesting part. Carls,
Yeah, I'm not sure where was I, but this was
maybe in the car driving.
yeah, maybe, but I remember the feeling. I was really surprised and glad that we did it. Yeah.
Amazing emotions, yeah.
And how was your song Aijā created?
I was created over a longer period of time. I would say all of the last year actually, and the first idea came to me when I was ill with the well-known virus, coronavirus, and I was sitting at home and working on some new ideas because I couldn't do anything else. And the war in Ukraine had just started, and a lot of thoughts were in my mind, and that's where the initial idea came from. It was full of anxiety, full of fear, and full of darkness actually. But when we got together and I presented this idea to bandmates, we tried to create that it's not only terrible things in the world, but we can also bring some light, and that's where the chorus came from, and of course the end of the song with the Latvian words.
Yeah, not only Latvia but also our country Spain sent a lullaby to Eurovision. Why did you decide to compose a lullaby for Eurovision?
Yeah, I'd say there are a lot of layers to our song. First of all, it's of course the war in Ukraine, because Latvia is almost a neighbor country, and we really feel its impact on us. And of course, it made us fear about our country, our freedom, and our lives actually. And I'm not talking only about us. I'm talking as a society, all Latvia. So a lot of Ukrainians coming to Latvia as refugees, and so of course that's the first part. But of course, I think lullaby is the most loving form of music, and it's just a beautiful message to send to people. We want them to go to sleep with a peace of mind.
Talking about Latvia, have you received any piece of advice from previous Latvian contestants?
Yes, we actually have.
Yeah, we had a meeting with Citizani. They have been friends for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And one thing I remember the best is just enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, we also talked with Aminata. Yes, and of course the guys from Brainstorm. We had a little chat with them, and we asked what to do, and
they said, just enjoy.
Yeah, the message was similar to that. Yeah, and that's it, I guess. Or maybe
these three.
Yeah, and we felt great support from them.
Latvia hasn't qualified, unfortunately, since 2016 for the grand final. What has Aijā done any other previous entry don't have?
Well, I'd say Aijā is it has Latvian language, first of all, and I think speaking in your native language it's something powerful. That's why I like this last year's tendency that people are entering with songs in their own languages. I think more than ever before. And I think that's one thing that Aijā has, but also I think it has really a strong emotional message in it, and and I think there are a lot of people, not only in Latvia but in the whole of Europe, that who needs this message right now.
Okay, and guys, if you had to give your 8, 10 and 12 points from this year, to whom would they be?
Wow.
8.
Okay, 8 points go to San Marino. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Big Jacks, yeah.
Okay, 10 points.
Go.
I give 10 points to Spain.
I was going to give 12 points.
12 points to Spain.
12 points
to
Western music.
Czech Republic.
Yeah, Czech Republic.
What does Europe mean for you? What does Europe mean to you?
Europe. Europe means a lot to us because it was not so long ago that Latvia was part of Soviet Union and a dictator regime, and being part of Eurovision is a great sign that we are part of this big continent. But it's not only continent; it's culture, and it's so strong in its diversity. And I think Eurovision is a great symbol of that. And of course, it means everything to us, and we feel very welcome here.
Okay, so let's talk about the USA band. Saturday Nights, I think it's been more than 10 years already.
Yeah.
And you have evolved a lot. I know you are in that pop, soft rock, indie kind of vibe, but you have gone a long way until you have found your identity now. You said 2018 you were still kids, you were still a young band. Now you know what is your identity. But can I ask you about any influence that you've had, or any moment in which you've said, we are not another pop indie band, we are Saturday Nights?
Wow, thank you for the question. I think it all comes, of course, from childhood, all the early influences, and for me, in my early childhood, this was Brainstorm. It was my big inspiration and influence. But of course, in later years, there have been a lot of bands that have given us inspiration. And For me, it is the Beatles, of course, and I'm so happy to go to Liverpool this year. You know. What about you, Karlis?
Radiohead, Arctic
Radiohead,
Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys. Muse. Martin said it. Yeah.
Jose
Muse.
Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez, beautiful. Yeah, many beautiful artists, and I think you know, when you start as a band, you want to try different things, and you know, our first album was like a mixture of many genres, and we are just finding ourselves, and you know, this process I think never ends. You know, because as long as we are having fun, it is worth doing it. You know.
I want to talk to you about Latvian music industry, because I know Eurovision is one thing and it's a big stage for Latvia to expose what their big music is. And I think if there's a word to define the last, I don't know, 10 years of Latvia in Eurovision, is indie, is alternative. It's just creating, it's freedom of creation. We've seen that with Aminata, why does Latvia have that freedom of creation, have that much variety of genre?
Latvia was a part of Soviet Union not so long ago, and I think there are some roots there, because you know, a lot of things you wanted to say you couldn't say like out loud. You had to hide it under the, you know, how to call it, like zemtext. sub message, yeah. So you needed to hide this, and you know, a lot of this was done in especially in rock music and in more alternative genres, and I think in Latvia they are pretty popular, yeah, and maybe even more than pop music, as we can call it, and I'd say it comes from that, you know. We just needed to be so creative to, you know, get our messages through to people, not in obvious way, but to hide them.
Yeah, I've talked to you about your identity. You said that's a process that never ends. I have listened to Laternas. I think that's
Wow, thank you. Great.
It's been a great album, and I know you won't be in the London Pre-Party because you will be working on new music.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about that. We are expecting a new album, I guess. Any clue you can give us about how is it gonna be? How will Aijā maybe play a role in the album?
Well, to be honest, we are working on some music both in Latvian and some different music in English as well. So there will be
double release. But something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes, I would say we will, of course, keep working on our sound, and I think Aijā also is some new turn in our music. You know, it's a bit different than our last album, because as I said, this process never ends, and you know, at one point you get bored of this style that you are doing, and you want to make some changes and to experiment. And yes, I think it will be something new, but at the same time we won't lose the sound that we have. You know, our signature.
To any Eurofan that has loved Aijā and wants to know more about Southern Lights, what song is that first one to get introduced into your music?
Wow, Karlis, what do you think?
Hard question again.
Hard question. Yeah, I think album Miljards Vasaru. It means billion summers in English. I think it represents who we are now. I'd say a lot more than the previous albums, but of course a lot of songs that we are proud of on the previous ones.
Yeah, but our second album is a bit more alternative.
Yeah,
so if you're into that, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, well, but one song, can we agree on one? Okay.
It might be our next release in English.
Siltas vasaras ēnā.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listen to this one, please.
Lastly, I've seen your interview with Wiggy Vlogs, and I am a little bit jealous. Is there any chance we get a little chorus or a little words in Latvian acapella?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it. Aijā, salda miega. Aijā, salda miega.
That's talent. That's that right there. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having us.